I've said many times over the last year that I'm a recovering people pleaser, and still in recovery of that. But I found myself recently thinking about that term, that phrase, people pleasing, and what it really means. And as I like to do with everything, kind of get to the root of it, the first principle of it, like what's really behind it. And you could start at the obvious. People pleasing is because you want people to like you. You want to make people happy. You're willing to sacrifice to do that, right, in some way, and all that's true. But why, right? What's it really about? There's this sense that it's external, that it's I need some external validation. I need people to like me. I need people not like me, whatever it might be. But I think there's a chance if you go deeper than that, it's not really about the external, right? Because even in that phrasing, I need somebody to like me. I need somebody to provide validation. I need it. I need that. So it obviously really is about me. And, there's generally a belief, I think, at least for myself, that there's a sense of insecurity there. There's something as to why I need to feel validated. That's why I need to feel that people like me, because I'm insecure about something. I question or doubt that I'm good enough, or that I'm smart enough, or whatever it is. And it made me think, people pleasing, I'm pleasing that person. But really, I think I'm trying to please myself. That's just the mechanism in which I've chosen to get that, right? I want to feel better about myself. I want to feel good enough. I want to feel validated. Here's a way in which I can do that. I could try and work through it on my own, but if I get somebody else to provide some sort of validation, or at least perceived validation, that's just the mechanism I've chosen. So am I really just people pleasing myself? And if you take it a step further, am I really just people pleasing my ego or my subconscious? Is that really what it's all about, right? All the actions I'm taking, all the moments where I worry too much about what somebody else might think or what they might say and how I might be perceived, really it's just me trying to accommodate my subconscious. I want to make sure my subconscious feels like, hey, you don't look stupid, you don't look bad. So I'm gonna feed you subconscious whatever it is you need. And the more I think about it, I think there's something to that. I think this idea of people pleasing really being about some insecurity leading to some need to feel better about ourselves, and people pleasing is just a mechanism to do it. And as I think more deeply about that, it makes me start to think about other potential realizations about myself or inconvenient truths. Because being a people pleaser, as strongly as I felt I've been one my whole life, and kind of, if you subscribe to the concept we were just talking about, there is an insecurity there. There is some deficiency that I feel like needs to be addressed or fixed. And I guess I'll pair it with another concept and kind of see where it goes, because there's this other part of me that's constantly looking for recognition, which seems very much like people pleasing, right? I don't think I like being the center of attention, but I do like to at least know that there is some recognition of the work I've done, or some good act that I've done, or my intelligence, or whatever it is, right? I want to know that there's a general appreciation for it. I don't need a ton of accolades, and I don't need to be the center of attention around it, but I do have this like inner compulsion or desire to feel like people understand that I'm special or unique in some way, some form or fashion, right? And it plays out in such a way where, like, even these videos, right? I dedicate an enormous amount of time to these videos and writing and reading and listening to different things and engaging in conversations. And I constantly find myself, not necessarily big logically, but just kind of following the thread, when I'm thinking about what am I going to do with all that, right? Am I gonna try and build a social media following around it, or am I going to write a book? I constantly feel myself looking at other people that have done that and feeling like, well, there's no opportunity for me to be special here or unique. Somebody's already done that. Somebody's already got social media followers talking about this stuff. Somebody's already written a book. Lots of people have. So like, what's the point in me even trying? Because it's not going to give me that validation I need, right? And that's the connection point back to people pleasing and it really being about ourselves. I gauge the value in doing an activity if it's going to feed my ego or my subconscious in that way. Is it going to give me that validation? Even if it's something I love to do, even if it's something that it would make sense and would bring me a bunch of pleasure, and maybe even, would bring me some commercial success, right, or professional success in my life. All of that stuff seems to become secondary to me feeding this people pleasing of my ego and getting this validation that I'm special or unique in some way. And I think that's something that I really need to work through, because as I say it now, the math does not appear to check out on that being a logical approach, but we do what we want to do. So there's a reason why I'm doing it, and I think I'm starting to uncover it through this people pleaser angle. So, I could keep going down the path here of saying, like, there's all this great stuff I think I can bring value to and enjoy and, have a lot of fulfillment around, but I'm not going to be special enough. What does that mean, right? Am I ever, where does that path end? It doesn't feel like it ends in happiness or fulfillment or feeling good. So really reconciling this, I think, is work that I have to do.